Hello, jury. Today you heard about the case of the murders of Andrew and Abby Borden. And the main suspect of this case and who we believe did it is Lizzie Borden. We have evidence that points towards Lizzie Borden in a multitude of ways. And how the murders happened was on August 4th in 1892, Lizzie went downstairs and found that her father was dead in a pool of blood on the couch in the living room. And so the police came and they did a full search, and they later on found that her stepmother, Abby Borden, was also murdered in the house upstairs. We believe that Lizzie committed these murders because there was no forced entry into the house, and Lizzie's story wasn't adding up, and it wasn't consistent throughout the trial. And during the pre-trial, she told us a story that wasn't the same as the story that she told us earlier today. And the first of many is that she said she was going to town. She said she was going to town because her mother, Abby, wrote her a note that said go to town to pick up some stuff. And though this note has not been found, and the only two people that know about the note is Lizzie and her unfortunately deceased mother, Abby. Well, nobody in town has said that they saw Lizzie in the city. That's where she said she was. Bridget, who was also in the house at the time, she said that she was cleaning and then she never saw Lizzie leave the house. But during the time that the mother, Abby, had died, Lizzie said that she was either upstairs making her way downstairs to iron clothes, or she was already ironing clothes. Abby had died in the guest bedroom, right above where Lizzie would be if she was ironing her clothes. So how would Lizzie not hear that her mother died and found her if she was ironing clothes downstairs right underneath it? Lizzie's mother weighed approximately 220 pounds. So imagine hearing 220 pounds right above you, but not hearing a thing. Another inconsistency in her story was the time of the murders. Lizzie found her father at 11 o'clock laying in a pool of blood. Her mother was found later on. It said that, and the evidence shows that her mother, Abby, died 2 hours prior to when the father, Andrew, had died. The autopsy shows that Andrew's food had been fully digested while Abby's was not. So that rules out a stranger, and the only two people who are left to investigate is Lizzie and Bridget. And Bridget did not commit the crime, because if she did, she would be on trial instead of Lizzie. But furthermore, Lizzie was seen burning a dress by the neighbor 3 days after the crime was committed. The neighbor also says that that was the same dress that Lizzie was wearing the day of the murders. Lizzie then burned the dress and gave the police officer a different dress and said that was the dress that she was wearing the day of the murders. So we have multiple evidence leading towards that Lizzie is lying about her whereabouts during this time and what she was doing. Bridget. Lizzie said that she was burning the dress because her dress was covered in paint. But the evidence shows that the way that the mother and father were murdered, which was 18 chops to the face with a hatchet for Abby and 11 to the father, Andrew, that the perpetrator would have blood all over their clothing if they committed those crimes. So this coincidence that Lizzie's burning her dress days after the crimes were committed points towards her being the perpetrator of these crimes. Days before the murders, Lizzie was noticeably buying poison in attempts to kill her parents before she decided to brutally kill them with a hatchet. But her poisons didn't work and it only gave them a mild stomach ache. So she took her opportunity while her father was at work and killed her stepmother and waited 2 hours for her father to get home and killed him too. Yeah, why, you might ask? Well, there's multiple reasons why. Lizzie was running off scraps and she was about to lose her house. But her dad gave her land that was worth only $1. And she wanted more. She didn't like having to split it with Bridget, and she didn't like having to split it with Abby. So that's her motive for reason why killing them. And without a reasonable doubt that Lizzie is the murderer of her parents, Abby and Andrew Borden.